Welcome back into Studio 318 here in the Paul Miller Journalism Building at Oklahoma State University. You're listening to the Border Battle with King and CJ on OSU Student Radio KXCY, Suddenlink Channel 112, YouTube Live, Border Battle On Demand, or Facebook.com/Border Battle Show. I love, you know what? One of my favorite things to do in relation to Oklahoma State sports is I wish they would just have a camera trained on John Smith on the sideline. I love that guy. He is wrestling every turn with those OSU wrestlers. He is so fun to watch.
Yeah, he's living the experience all over again.
Absolutely.
Match after match.
I guess you get to do that when you're a world champion and one of the greatest wrestlers this planet has ever seen in John Smith. Well, John Smith has built a something of a powerhouse here at Oklahoma State. Just about one or two in the country almost every year. They're a top 3 team, it seems like. Seems like forever. And OU obviously not happy about that, Chris. This article I saw on Twitter from Barry Trammell, it's a column actually, that Barry Trammell wrote about OU limiting Bedlam to one match this year, and it looks like one match next year for wrestling. Do you have a problem with OU doing this? And this is, trust me, man, I know I'm lobbing this up to you for the slam dunk, but
yeah, no, this is ridiculous. Like, to me, if anything, as the coach, it's showing you. I don't know, you're a sore loser. You're afraid of that. That would be literally like if Mike Gundy was like, "Sorry, we don't want to do Bedlam anymore because this year's it's like 87-18." Like that'd be the same thing. That OU's leading that. Like, why would you change this? Because you're sick of always getting beat down left and right? Like, what, to me, if anything, what are you showing your players by doing this? And your fan base, like, oh, sorry, I don't trust the team I've built here and brought in and recruited, so we're just gonna do one Bedlam now because we're trying to win the Bedlam series overall. And so if we're giving them 2 free wins with wrestling, we gotta take one away to make sure that doesn't happen.
I don't think that's what this is. I don't think it comes down to the Bedlam overall ranking. I think this is just a coach that's sick of getting beat.
Well, grow up. Like,
absolutely, absolutely,
like,
Chris,
this is
absolutely.
ridiculous.
I'm with you here. I am with you here. But what I'm saying is this is a coach that obviously doesn't recognize the tradition.
Yeah,
this has been going on since like 1948, Chris. 1948.
Right.
And all of a sudden, we're going to stop it. I just don't understand this. I don't understand it, Chris. And it's like, I get it. You can't really, it's hard to compare this to anything because you can't compare it to football because that's a conference mandated game. Can't compare it to basketball because you have to play 2 there for the conference. But let's say in basketball, you were only required to play 1 conference game and the other one you had to schedule as a non-conference. But you had a tradition with OU of doing that. By the way, they do this in soccer as well. I believe they schedule non-conference in soccer because this year, as you remember, we went down to the soccer team went to OU to start one of their first games of the season, non-conference game. Non-conference game.
It was Bedlam, but it was a non-conference.
Absolutely, can still be Bedlam non-conference. So they go down there. We send our soccer team down there, beat them, and we beat them here. But I'm sure we only played that game. Coach Carmichael only scheduled that game, right? Because he must have only done that because he knew they were going to win, right? Yeah. No! He did it because it's tradition.
Yeah.
I don't understand this. I don't understand this. So just because you're getting your teeth kicked in a sport, and that's what's happening here, by the way. Let me see if I can find on Trammell's article here what the Bedlam series is. 140, 27, and 10. That's what OSU is against OU. And you're getting your teeth kicked in.
Yeah.
You don't like it?
Deal with it.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
It's called sports. Don't take your ball and go home. Don't cry about it. Don't pout about it. Stand up and fight. Isn't that what wrestling is after all?
No, I totally agree. I think if anything, he needs to, use this as motivation. Okay, we need to recruit, man. We need to, something, and I don't know if it's because
if I'm John Smith now, I want every one of my guys next year to go down to Norman and pin every single one of them. Let's win. Let's beat them 76-0.
Right. Let's humiliate you even more then if you're going to do that.
We only get one shot at it.
Yeah. Give them all.
It's just, if you're John Smith, you have to be sitting back in your office just laughing. You just have to have a grin on your face for this. Because this is bigger than any win you could have had. Yeah. Forcing them to go to one game, one match, forcing that to happen?
And I don't know, and I know not all coaches that coach all of our athletic sports here, are from that graduate from here. I know we have a few that do.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because, Coach Lou for OU didn't go to OU, if that's part of it, because I know he came from Ohio State after, that's where he was coaching before he came here.
And that's
which is crazy because Ohio State's good at wrestling.
Great wrestling. Tradition.
Was he so used to winning in the Big Ten that he's like, oh, I'm going to go to the Big 12 and take on John Smith, one of the best?
I don't know what his record was in the Big Ten, Chris, but I guarantee he probably wasn't winning that much.
Well, he's probably beating Wisconsin if they had a team.
Beating Wisconsin, for sure. Go ahead. You can beat Wisconsin. Beat Minnesota. That's fine. Beat
Minnesota,
Iowa.
You're not even getting in the
Chris, the best team in the Big Ten when it comes down to tradition is Penn State.
Oh, for sure.
So I don't know why. Why do you bring in Wisconsin into this? Wisconsin. I can bring in Minnesota into this too, Chris.
Yeah, but
neither one of them are as good as Ohio State.
I'm not even going to get into you with that. Nope.
Now
you poke the bear.
Tell me.
Minnesota was ranked 5th or 6th in the beginning of this year for wrestling. Where was Wisconsin?
I don't care, Chris. That's not the argument.
Yeah, but you're saying that Wisconsin and Minnesota are both garbage compared to Ohio State.
They are. They're worse than Ohio State.
Are you kidding me?
They're worse than Ohio State.
I'm pretty sure. I would love to see what the match was at Ohio State against Minnesota if they played yet.
Chris, I'll look up.
Look that up. Please do.
I'll look it up right now. It's what I'm saying is when you talk about Ohio State is a program of rich tradition. So him coming to here, it should not be an argument that, well, he doesn't understand it. This is a nationally known thing. Bedlam is nationally known. Right. When you talk to Bedlam, when you say Bedlam in Wisconsin, I knew what it meant before I came here. People know what Bedlam means outside of the state of Oklahoma. It's not a localized thing. It's not something you have to be localized to. Not something that you have to be trained to learn about. No, Bedlam, OU, Oklahoma State, I-35, whatever it is, 70 miles, boom. That's the rivalry, Chris.
Yeah, no.
And you're throwing it in the trash can.
Well, I'm not.
No, not you. Not you. Not you.
Sorry, that's good. I will say, I did look. We did get beat 31-7.
31-7. It's like an OSU score. Oh, it is OSU, Ohio State. That's like an Oklahoma State score, dude.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that just that took the steam. I was really hoping they would have at least been
and
close.
I'm not saying Minnesota isn't a good wrestling program because they are.
Right.
They are. I'm just saying Ohio State's better. I rest my case.
I'm not admitting defeat, but
I rest my case, Chris. That's enough for review today. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We hope you have a great day. CJ and I next Friday are heading out to New York. Excited for that. So starting Friday, we're going to get start training our replacements a little bit. Yep. So I'll take the day off Friday. We'll have Logan in here with Chris. And you aren't going to miss that one. They'll have a preview of the weekend of all the sports here at OSU and plenty of more. Join us Friday for all of that. For CJ, great crew around here, I'm King. Thank you so much for joining us on the Border Battle on OSU Student Radio KXZY.